and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel.
Here by the door.
Your duty, sir?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that this door is open to our friends at all times, that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
Stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the states of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duty, sir?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duty, sir?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope my advice is always based on true knowledge and ripening with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will now call the roll of members.
There are 83 members and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this banquet of the West Prairie FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matter which should properly be presented. I would like to welcome you all to the 2021 West Prairie FFA chapter banquet. Tonight we will be reviewing the accomplishments of our chapter and recognizing the achievements of our members during this past year. In addition, we will honor those who have made special contributions to our chapter in time and money. First, I would like to thank our chapter members that have worked to display premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through the chapter level and beyond. Throughout a challenging year, we were able to come together and reap the benefits of such an impactful organization. The officer team is very excited to share the joy of all of our accomplishments that were earned throughout this year. We would like to remind you all that due to limited capacity, Hewlett Productions has generously agreed to live stream this event on YouTube. All FFA members will be recognized for their achievements this evening, whether they are attending in person or not. I would also like to recognize our administration and thank them for their help throughout this year. Mr. Guy Crowder, Mr. Chad Cox, Mr. Caleb Hall, Mrs. Caitlin Watson, all of the school board members, and all the faculty and staff at West Prairie. We are very lucky to have school leaders who understand and value what we do in FFA. All the events and activities we do would not be possible without their support. I would now like to introduce Owen Torrance, who will present the FFA creed this evening. Please help me in welcoming Owen to the stage.
The FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists. In the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm, or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits, is pleasant as well as challenging. For I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life, and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturalists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so for others as well as myself, in less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and finding square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community, which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. McLean and Allen Allison Wetzel will now present our honorary chapter FFA degree. The success of our FFA chapter is dependent on the generosity and support from various people throughout the community. Many members of our community have contributed to our chapter's success by donating both their time and effort. Every year, our chapter gives one person an honorary chapter degree for their service and dedication to our chapter. Our recipient tonight is Miss Lisa Fenton. Lisa is an active member in our chapter's FFA alumni. For many years, Lisa has been heavily involved in helping with the alumni auction, alumni scholarships, and many of our chapter events. Lisa's positive attitude and selfless nature is something that we admire as an officer team. She is always willing to help with whatever we need as a chapter, and has also been an enormous part of putting on multiple events for the senior class to make this year great. We thank her for everything she has done with her time on the FFA Alumni Committee and appreciate her continued support to our chapter. Please join me in congratulating Lisa Fenton for all of her hard work, support, and dedication to our chapter. Now, Julie Hodges and Gina Nelson, West Prairie FFA alumni officers, will present the 2020-2021 alumni scholarships.
Thank you for allowing us to give these tonight. One of the biggest things that we do is our auction, and through that is how these scholarships are possible. So I'd just like to thank any and everybody that have helped contribute some way to that auction for these scholarships. And in order to be an alumni, you do not have to be a prior FFA member or even go to the school or anything. So anybody that's an advocate for agriculture is more than welcome to be a part of our alumni. Tonight's recipients are Allison Wetzel, Ryan Zimmerman. Gwendolyn Calkey. Brianne Chambers. McLean Adnell. Brooklyn Welsh. Madison Calvert. Calissa Watkins.
Congratulations.
Alyssa Smith. And John Burton. It is quite an honor to be able to sit in and listen to their interviews and things in the process of getting in their application. Hearing their stories a lot of times is quite interesting, and just getting to know them has been quite an honor. Thank you.
Thank you to our alumni for supporting our graduating seniors. Now, Ryan Zimmerman and Noah Torrance will present the chapter scholars.
The Chapter Scholar Award is given to the FFA member from each class who maintains a record of academic excellence. Winners are chosen on the basis of grade point average with the help of our school counselor. Would the following people please come forward to accept their award? 8th grade, Sam Johnson. For freshmen, we had a 6-way tie. Jersey Brown, Allie Bennell, Jaden Eisnagel, Claire Nelson, Owen Torrance, and Evan Wetzel. Sophomore is John Reynolds. Junior is Ella Wayne.
And our senior is Malia Houston. Let's give another round of applause for our chapter scholars. Allison Wetzel and Ava Kilburn will now recognize the Discovery Degree recipients. The Discovery FFA degree is awarded to 8th grade agricultural students who have joined FFA and have participated in FFA defense. The Discovery degree is the first step on the FFA degree ladder. To be eligible for this degree, students must be enrolled in an ag class, be familiar with FFA activities, and participated in at least one local FFA chapter activity. As your name is read, please come forward to receive your degree. Blake Arnold, Dagan Merkel, David Merkel, Coy Bennell, Lincoln Dodds, Lindsey Dunn, Aiden Horn, Sam Johnson, Mikey Pitch, Paige Kitch, Natalie Moore, Jonah Nelson, Belle Petty, Lindsey Dunn, Madison Richmond, Gary Van Broker, and Callie Wright. Join me in congratulating our Discovery Degree recipients. Now, Mr. DeCounter will present our first set of senior spotlights.
I usually have a partner for this, and a family emergency came up, and she was not able to be here tonight, so I'm sure you're not going to get 4 years out of 40 seconds. I know everybody looks forward to these, and I do too. I love reading them. I love talking about my seniors. Being a teacher that loves to teach sophomores, juniors, and seniors, I do love talking about our seniors. And this one's bittersweet for me, because these guys are 8th graders when I first came to West Prairie. And I'm sure that when they got to West Prairie, they saw a middle-aged, balding, overweight man with a bad attitude. And that was their first impression. And one thing they've learned is that sometimes first impressions are correct. So that's the way that they've always kind of they've always kind of been my kids, and I've really enjoyed this class very much. So if I could have Allison Kalke and Calissa Watkins come up here, please. So Calissa Watkins is the daughter of Kendall and Melissa Watkins. Her hometown is Good Hope. She's been an FFA member for 4 years. Her CDEs include forestry, horse judging, vet science, livestock judging, and horse judging. Her favorite memory, she talks about this a lot, is listening to Braden sing the national anthem on the bus at state horse judging contest. And then I myself had to come out of the barn and get on him because everyone inside could hear him. After high school, she plans on attending Innovations Design Academy and study cosmetology. FFA in 3 words or less, she says life-changing. Calissa was a late addition to the West Prairie family and has fit in very, very well here. We will miss her snarky attitude and comments, and she is it was a great addition to what we did here at West Prairie. Thank you, Calissa. Allison Calkey is the daughter of Matt and Jessica Sheffler. She's from Blandesville. She's been an FFA member for 4 years. CDEs, meats, vet science, poultry, dairy, forestry. Her favorite activity is a haunted high we put on for kids and vet science. Her favorite memory was getting to go to DC with all of her friends. Her plans after high school, attending Innovations Design Academy, and FFA in 3 words or less, a great learning experience. The one thing I will always remember about Allie is as I think it was a freshman or sophomore, Allie came to Miss Biswell and I and said, my sister is really big in volleyball, and I really want her to take my place in national convention. And if I can go the next year, can I do that? And that really tells you all you need to know about Allie. Very, very selfless individual, very, very good individual. Our last senior spotlight for this round is also going to be followed by her retiring address. Gwen Calkey is the daughter of Jessica and Matt Sheffler. I'm getting teary-eyed right now. I don't know how this is going to be here on out, guys. I don't need those. I'm good. I'm good. Her hometown is Blandesville. Years of FFA membership is actually 5, isn't it? It's not 4. It's 5, isn't it? 4. Oh my. CDEs are poultry, food science, dairy foods, and numerous others. Her favorite activity is Ag Awareness Day. My favorite FFA member was when I was a finalist for the Illinois State Photography Contest. Plans after high school, I plan to attend Central College to major in exercise science. And FFA in 3 words or less are darn good time. Gwen, I don't think I would be honest with anyone if I thought Gwen would be in the position she's in right now when I met her as a freshman. Gwen kind of grows on you a little bit like a fungus, and doesn't really let go until you get some medicated ointment. But no, if you want to know an honest opinion on something, you ask Gwen, and Gwen will give you an honest opinion, even if it hurts your feelings. She will give you an honest opinion. She is not one to shy away from a fight when it comes, and we love that about her, and she's been a great addition to the Westbury FFA, the Westbury officer team, and as alumni, she will be great. So for her retiring address, Gwen Calkey.
Good evening, Westbury FFA members, parents, and guests. Wow, it is hard to believe that this is really happening. Banquet, graduation, and what are supposed to be the best years of my life coming to an end is all very overwhelming, to say the least. That being said, I would like to apologize in advance because there's a high probability that at some point during this speech I start bawling my eyes out. You can see that's already started. But in all seriousness, I found that writing this speech was incredibly difficult because as I sat down ready to recap the last 4 years of my life for you all, my mind drew a blank. Yes, I attended numerous CDEs, conventions, banquets, and meetings, but my FFA journey has been so much more than that. I've made new friends and become closer with those that I already had, learned some of the toughest life lessons, and overcame every single challenge that was thrown my way. Because I'm not really a farm kid, I initially thought that I had no place in an organization like FFA. I actually only joined my freshman year because all of my friends joined in 8th grade and I felt left out. It only took a couple months and a few competitions for me to realize that joining FFA would be one of the best decisions I'd ever made. Looking back on it now, I would give just about anything to go on one last late night bus ride singing some Cardi B song with some of my best friends and even a few kids I barely even know. Reflecting on my time at FFA made me realize 2 things. 1, life is what you make it, and a positive attitude can make even the most boring things fun. Make the most out of every moment in life because it can all change in an instant. The second thing I realized was the importance of change. I don't know about you guys, but I used to hate change. I like when things are the way I want them to be, and I like consistency. This this year and my time in FFA has made me realize the benefits of change and stepping out of your comfort zone. Change is the only way to get better, and there are always ways that we can be better, whether that be as people or as an organization, and that is one of the toughest lessons that I had to learn. I wouldn't have been able to learn that lesson though without the help of the people around me. Fellow members and future officers, thank you for allowing me to help lead, learn, and grow with you in this challenging year. I have all the faith that each of you will surpass even my highest expectations, and I wish you the best in your future. And to my fellow senior officers, McLean, Ryan, and Allison, thank you for working with me to make the most out of the last few years and for being some of my best friends. I will never forget the memories that we made. Mr. DeCounter and Ms. Biswell, I want to thank you both for not only being the best teachers and advisors, but for also being incredibly supportive while pushing me way out of my comfort zone. I can always count on you to tell me what I need to hear, even if it isn't what I want to hear, and I appreciate that more than you know. My greatest thanks goes to my family. Thank you, Dad, for always being on my side and for always believing in me. I know that if you could be here today, it would be so proud. Thank you, Matt, for being literally the best dad number 2 I could ever ask for. Sorry for drinking all your Pepsi, by the way. Thank you, Mom, for showing me how to be strong and independent. You are my #1 fan, but I want you to know that I am also yours. Allie, my best friend, twin flame, and biggest rival all in one, thank you for pushing me, sometimes literally, to be my best. I love you all. You have each helped me in your own way, and I truly cannot thank you enough. My time in FFA has been nothing short of amazing, and although it's sad that it's coming to an end, I wouldn't change a single thing. I challenge you to do what you are most scared of and step out of your comfort zone, because you never know how much you are capable of unless you push yourself to places you have never been. Thank you. McLean and Randy Counter will now present the Greenhand degrees.
The Greenhand degree is awarded to active freshman FFA members. Recipients must be enrolled in an agriculture education class, have plans for a supervised agriculture experience program, and have a knowledge of the FFA creed, motto, and FFA mission statement. As your name is read, please come forward to receive your degree. Jersey Brown, Allie Linnell, Evan Butler, Andrew Cameron, Caleb Carson, Annika Clark, Lillian Cooper, Michaela Cox, Hudson Garbett, Grant Hicks, Clayton Hunt, Jay Nicenagel, Cole Jackson, Jeremy James, Mason Moore, Wetzel. And Ben Wren.
Now, Mr. DeCano will present our second set of senior spotlights.
If I could have John Burton and Andy Nelson, please. I'm sorry, we're Thursday here now too. It is, but that's okay. Oh, we'll get to it. First one we have is John Burton. His parents are Lisa Benham and Bruce Burton. He's from Good Hope. He's been an FFA member for 5 years. Now, what we were just talking about was he put down soil judging for a CDE. John's never been to a CDE. And then he just told me it's not called soil judging, it's called land use. You're right. His favorite activity was playing basketball and fishing. I can attest to that because he's at the Good Hope Park all the time. His favorite memory is all the time he got to spend with his peers. It's impossible to pick one, as any time I get to spend with him is my favorite. He's going to attend Spoon River College and then transfer to a larger college. In 3 words or less, he would call it fun, stressful, and memories. That interaction with John is exactly why we love John in the FFA. He keeps things light. He is ready to crack a joke at any point in time. But when it comes down to it, he gets the job done when he needs to. And we appreciate that and miss him for all of those things. Our next senior spotlight is Andy Nelson. He is the son of Todd and Megan Nelson. He's from Colchester. He's been an FFA member for 5 years. His CDEs include forestry, meats, dairy, vet science, livestock judging, and agronomy. His favorite activity is haunted high. His favorite memory is going to National Convention. His plans after high school is he's going to join the Steam Fitters Local 353. FFA in 3 words or less: fun, entertaining, and educational. Andy is one of those kids that you always depend on. When something needs done, what's Andy doing? That's one of the things that I do love about him, and that's one of the things that I'm really, really going to miss about him next year when he's gone from West Prairie FFA. Thank you, Andy. Our next senior spotlight is Allison Wetzel. Allison is the daughter of Ryan and Amanda Wetzel. Hometown is Colchester. She's been an FFA member for 5 years. Her CDEs include horticulture, food science, and really mostly all of them, and she's not wrong in that. Her favorite activity, doing discovering for our 8th graders every year to introduce them to FFA. Her favorite memory was dancing in the FFA State Talent my first year of FFA. Plans after high school, I plan on attending WIU for social work and FFA in 3 words or less: new, exciting opportunities. Those 3 words sum up Allison's career in FFA. If you would have told me that the quiet, shy 8th grader that I met my first year here would end up being an officer that is a major leader in our organization, I would have probably smiled and go, hell no, that's Amanda's daughter. She's always going to be quiet and shy, and she really hasn't been. She has been a true leader for us. The memory that she shared about FFA down, being FFA state talent, what most of you don't know is she was really recovering from an injury at that point in time. And if you go back and can watch the video of that dance, she hurt herself halfway through and still finished the entire part. And that showed me everything I needed to know about the young lady, that she will persevere through any obstacle. So for her retiring address, Ms. Allison Wetzel.
When I started 8th grade, I had no interest in joining FFA, but in classmates as well managed to talk me into it by saying I could audition for state talent and perform. And I did just that, and I had no intention of doing anything else in this organization. Little did I know at that time, FFA would change my life and become one of the most important things in my life. Once I became more involved in FFA, I learned so much about agriculture and how important it is in everyone's daily lives and how it impacts us. Not only that, but the biggest takeaway I received from this organization is that FFA is not just for the future farmers of America, but for everyone who is involved in agriculture in their daily lives, which is all of us. This organization has given me 3 major takeaways, and to name a few, that are not related to farming that can impact everyone's life. These are self-discovery, life skills, and never forgetting experiences. As an incoming freshman, I had no idea what interested me, what I wanted to do with my life, or really who I was, but FFA was able to help me with my self-discovery. I was able to attend many different CDEs or competitions, which were able to open my eyes into the agricultural industry and show me every aspect, and I was able to discover which part of agriculture interested me the most, as well as many conferences and conventions that brought out the leader in me, making me more confident in my everyday life. I also had the opportunity to become a young FFA officer as a sophomore, which was a major confidence booster for the little shy girl. I was able to learn that I can do whatever I wanted and achieve anything as long as I believed in myself, and all I had for the for all the younger FFA members, you can do the same. Once I was able to discover who I truly was through FFA, I was able to take in all the life skills that the FFA is able to teach all of their members that are important for everyone's lives. I was able to learn how to write a professional resume, time management, communication skills, and great interview skills through FFA Proficiency interviews. These are great skills for everyone that should possess, and the FFA focuses on reaching out to every member and giving them the opportunities to learn these skills to benefit their future. I take all the credit to this organization for preparing me for my future, and I will be forever grateful. Aside from learning many new things, the FFA has given me many memories that I will carry with me for the rest of my life and that I will never forget. Whether it's the bus rides, performing on stage at state convention in front of more than 6,000 people, or being sent to leadership camp and dreading it the first day to crying when I had to leave 2 days later because I missed all of the friends that I made and became very close to. These past 5 years have given me so many memories, and I'm not quite ready to stop making these memories. And I'm definitely not ready to say goodbye. But before I do, I'm going to say thank you to my parents for supporting me in everything that I have done. Waking up early morning to staying up late at night to making sure I get on the bus and getting home safely. For running stuff to school when I happen to forget something, or running to Walmart at 9:30 at night, followed by baking a cake because I forgot I had to bring baked goods to school the next morning. You have always been right by my side, no matter what, and I love you guys. Thank you to my advisors, the counter, for always pushing me to try new things to get me out of my comfort zone, which you have succeeded in. If it wasn't for you pushing me, I'm not sure I'd be giving this speech right now. And that's all. Thank you for pushing me and telling me to give FFA a chance. I don't know what I would do with FFA, and my love for this organization has continued to grow every second because of you. And thank you for always being there and always talking to me whenever I needed someone to talk to. I wouldn't have been able to make it throughout this year without you. Braylon Beeler, thank you for taking me under your wing my 8th grade year and encouraging me to get more
Gwen Calky and Kelsey Parks will present the chapter degrees.
The chapter FFA degree is the next step in the FFA degree ladder. To be eligible for the degree, students must participate in planning at least 3 chapter events, complete at least 45 hours in their supervised agricultural experience program, demonstrate knowledge of parliamentary procedure, and have a satisfactory scholastic record. As I read your name, please come forward to receive your degree. Caitlin Ashbaker, Ashley Barkley, Owen Beck, Drake Beckner, Jaron Willander, Tegan Cobb, Peyton Connor, Braden DeCounter, Jessica Fackrell, Maddie Hood, Ava Kilburn, Michael Kindhart, Carter Powell, Lauren Powell, Trevor Qualls, Grant Roush, John Reynolds, Yasmin Rusher, Adam Bale, Grace Bononic, Ella Wayne, Grayson Welsh, and Keaton Whistling.
Ryan and Dylan will now announce the state degree candidates. Sorry, Mr. DeCounter will present our third set of senior spotlights.
I need Leah Houston, Brooklyn Welsh, please.
Good answer, good answer.
I was gonna, I know he's not here, but I'm still gonna read his senior spotlight. And we lumped these 4 together for a very obvious reason. The first one I'm gonna read is Cutler Kitch. Cutler is the son of Fred and Tiffany Kitch. He's from Lansville. He's been an FFA member for 5 years. His CDEs include trap shooting, bow shooting, poultry, and meats. His favorite activity is trap shooting, and his favorite memory was the bus ride to district record book and going to Steak and Shake. He's going to join Mike Kitchenson's trucking after high school, and in 3 words or less, fun, great, and experience. For the last probably 24 months, Cutler's been my right-hand man in the classroom. All that landscaping that's out front that we got done in the last 10 days, that has been kind of his pet project. He has a wonderful work ethic. I know he's not going to be too far away, and I'll be able to call him whenever I need him. But Cutler is one of those kids that you just always is dependable, and whenever you say something, it gets done right. If I knew how many times that I've told him to hop in my truck and air up a tire, or change a tire, or change oil, and just let him go, because I trust him that much, it's too many to count. So let's give Cutler a round of applause for his team. Next one is Malia Houston. She is the daughter of Rhonda and Tom Houston. She's from Good Hope. She's been an FFA member for 5 years. Her CDEs include forestry, livestock judging, poultry, dairy, meats, vet science, and you're giggling up here, and all I'm doing is reading what you wrote. Favorite activity is haunted high. Her favorite memory, somehow I always end up taking weird things home with me. I got to rehabilitate an injured quail, and also took home a ton of fish and aquatic snails once. Plans after high school, she's going to attend Western Illinois University to major in elementary education and run track and cross country. Malia has been a mainstay in the ag room for bits. Weird personality. Not going to argue that point at all. But whenever you need a toaster made, a cookie baked, Malia is the go-to. Whenever you need something, as long as it's one thing at a time, Malia does a very, very good job, and she will be missed in West Prairie FFA. Brooklyn Welsh is the daughter of Shannon and Renee Welsh. Her hometown is Blandesville. She's been an FFA member for 5 years. She's been livestock judging and proficiency reviews. I know how much you love proficiency reviews. I got those in the family. Favorite activity, livestock judging. Favorite memory was the Lincoln Land Livestock Judging Contest, with details to be left unsaid. I had no idea about these details until I was cued in on them here about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Plans after high school to attend Lakeland Community College and compete on the livestock judging team, and FFA in 3 words or less, a fun time. Brooklyn has been a mainstay, and I've probably spent more time with Brooklyn in McLean, who we'll talk about next, more than any of the rest of them, because when it comes to livestock judging, I'm the one that always drives that bus and always takes it places. You will figure out some odd things about people when you are on the bus that long with people that early in the morning with lack of sleep, and Brooklyn is no exception. The quiet, calm exterior is not what Brooklyn is all about. So, that being said, we will miss her at West Prairie FFA next year. Congratulations, Brooklyn. McLean Ignell is the daughter of Ty and Renelle Ignell. Her hometown is Good Hope. Her years of FFA membership is 5. Her CDEs include livestock judging, meats, horticulture, and ag business. Favorite activity is livestock judging. Now, McLean is going to cue us in a little bit more on this livestock judging contest at Lincoln Land. There was a lot of things, I guess, that happened that day. I guess there was an entire dance party for the state fairgrounds somewhere. They got walked in the bathroom while talking about cat stickers and a whole bunch of other things. But that must have been one of the most memorable trips, because I don't remember any of it, but they had a good time. Plans after high school, she will also be attending Lakeland College to compete in the livestock judging team and major in ag education. FFA in 3 words or less is fun and family. I don't know if anybody else was shocked that Brooklyn and McLean were going to the same college. I was. I couldn't believe it. It just shocked me to death to know that they were going to the same college. McLean is one of those individuals that I know I use this word a lot, but this class is full of extremely dependable people. The difference between McLean and other dependable people is McLean is the one that you can say, I need this done, and not go into detail, and it will get done almost to perfection. She's going to tell you how exactly to do it, and she's going to take full credit for it. But she is going to get it done to perfection in her eyes. I will miss her. I will miss her ability to keep my son quiet on livestock vision trips in the next year. And I will miss her quiet calmness in any adversity that comes her way. For her retiring dress, Miss McLean now.
Trying to put into words my FFA experience is very challenging. This could seem odd considering the success I've had in this chapter. An FFA has never come easy to me, which may come as a surprise to some since I've been involved in agriculture my whole life. Everything I've done in this chapter has taken me out of my comfort zone. With this said, I think it is only appropriate for me to talk about the thing I was most comfortable in during my 5 years as an FFA member. Just like a livestock judging contest, I'm going to tell you my top 4 takeaways as an FFA member. 1. In a time like this, I've learned to value the little things and not take as much for granted. I learned sitting on a bus for 2 hours isn't bad after all. Looking back, it gave me more memories than anything. From every single Casey's trip in the morning, to prank calls, to the dance parties, and every single other memory you could probably think of, I've been blessed with way too many bus trips. But they are some of my favorite memories. 2. Even as an 18-year-old, you can still go to a park to celebrate. After hours of begging, Mr. DeCounter finally gave in to celebrate one last judging contest and a good season we all enjoyed, playing on park equipment even though everything was soaking wet because a huge rainstorm had just blown through. 3. Making friends and making memories. Another thing bus rides are good for. I have made some great bonds with kids just from sitting across the bus seat from them. I have also made countless friends from other schools and encourage everyone to do so. 4. Things can change in a second. A lot of things have changed this year, and it's hard to believe how fast things can change. It has made me really grateful for every moment and extremely thankful to be here in person in front of you right now. Wrapping that up, I would like to thank the people that have helped me the most. First, my advisors. Miss B, thank you for always being someone that I can go to for anything. You have been a huge supporter of me since 8th grade and have done nothing but believe in me and push me to be a better version of myself. Mr. DeCounter, thank you for always having a smart comment to make to me and always letting me give it right back. Thank you for keeping Brooklyn and I together, as well as listening to way too many conversations on a daily basis that you probably do not want to hear. To my parents, thank you for pushing me to become an officer my sophomore year. I would not have gone through without your help. Thank you for taking me to numerous events and always supporting me with whatever I choose to do. To my brother, thank you for setting the highest standards for me. As you can see, this jacket is a little big on me because it was his. He left a big jacket and even bigger shoes to fill. I'm not sure how I would have made it through my first years at FFA in school without you. You have helped me with one of the biggest decisions of my life this year, and I know for a fact I could not have made a college decision without your approval. I would also like to give a small shout out to Malia Houston for always making posters for our chapter. Thank you to my livestock judging team. You have given me the absolute best memories, and we have made a great team these last few years. I wish you the best of luck with the rest of your careers. You all have a very, very bright future. And I also have to add that our team was state champs this year. Lastly, to my fellow officers, this year has been nothing of what we expected, but we made it through. I've enjoyed my time on this team, and it's all because of you guys who have made it so enjoyable. Thank you guys for being the best fellow officers, and most of all, the best friends. Thank you to everyone else who supported me along the way. I've enjoyed my time serving you, and thank you for a great experience, West Prairie FFA.
9 senior FFA members that have earned their state degree. Each individual has spent several hours working on paperwork and their SAE to make their state degree application perfect. To qualify for their state degree, each person had to meet a particular set of requirements. Each individual must have received a chapter FFA degree, have completed at least 2 years of systematic school instruction in agriculture education, have earned at least $1,000 or have worked at least 300 hours outside of scheduled class time through an SAE, demonstrated leadership ability by performing 10 parliamentary law procedures, giving a 6-minute speech on a topic related to agriculture or FFA, and serving as an FFA officer, committee chairperson, or committee member, have a satisfactory academic record, participated in the planning of the implementation of the chapter's program of activities, participated in at least 5 different FFA activities above the chapter level, and completed at least 25 hours of community service in a minimum of 2 different activities. This year's recipients are Madison Calvert, Bryn Chambers, McClaney Bell, Gwen Kalki, Cutler Kitch, Alyssa Smith, Calissa Watkins, Brooklyn Welch, and Allison Wetzel. Please join me in congratulating the state degree recipients for 2021.
Now, Mr. DeCount will present our final set of senior spotlights.
If I could have Bryn Chambers, Alyssa Smith, and Madison Calvert. Bryn Chambers is the daughter of Lance Chambers and Amy Chambers. Her hometown is Blandesville. She's been an FFA member for 5 years. Her CDEs were dairy foods, meats evaluation, forestry, and vet science. Her favorite activities was state dairy foods. Favorite memory, staying up late with Ryan at National Convention to hide Wales crackers in every crevice of the hotel room. After high school, she's going to go to WIU, major in ag business, and in FFA in 3 words or less, spontaneous and adventuresome. I think that explains Bryn very well. I'm going to share a quote, and I'm going to butcher the quote that Bryn used on her senior spotlight, and I think that really evaluates the maturity that the young lady does have. She said, and I can't remember it completely, but if you are not happy with what is going on in your life, you need to stop and reevaluate and change. Was I close? I was close. Okay, as long as I'm close, I'm good. So Bryn is that one person that seems like she can shift from be doing one thing and shift to something else seamlessly. And her answer to me when I asked, why do you do that? Because I wanted to, because I like it. And I think that's a great attitude to have. The West Prairie FFA will miss Bryn next year as she goes on to Western Illinois University. Congratulations, Bryn. Next senior spotlight is Alyssa Smith. She's the daughter of Kay Sipes and Travis Smith. Her hometown is Blandonsville. She's been an FFA member for 5 years. Her CDEs include meats, food science, dairy, and poultry. Her favorite activity is angel tree shopping. Her favorite memory, while driving to the state land use contest with Mr. DeCounter, we saw a fallow deer in the field. He slams on his brakes, puts the car in reverse, speeds backwards down the road to take a picture. Then he continued to call like 3 people about it, and that was the only thing we heard for the rest of the day. It was interesting. She's going to attend Iowa Wesleyan University to major in physical education, and she's also going to play softball there. Her FFA in 3 words or less: eventful, stressful, and lively. I'd be lying if I said that I really knew Alyssa on a personal basis prior to this year. And for some reason, she's taken a bunch of my classes and has asked me a bunch of questions and asked for advice, why, I don't know, on quite a few things. And the one thing I've learned about Alyssa is she's always going to be fine. She has a matureness to her. She really has a level head on her shoulders. And no matter what she puts her mind to, she is going to accomplish, and I have no doubt about that. Congratulations, Alyssa. Madison Calvert is the daughter of Steve and Rhonda Calvert. Her hometown is Scioto. She's been an FFA member for 5 years. She's competed in meats, poultry, horticulture, livestock judging, and proficiency interviews. Her favorite activity is interviews. Her favorite memory is any bus ride to any competition. Her plans for after high school, she's going to attend WIU for ag business, and FFA in 3 words or less: new, challenging, and rewarding. Madison's another one of those that kind of came to me late in her high school career, and kind of hit it off as kind of practical jokes against one another here and there. I will say that the amount of awkward pictures that I've gotten on my cell phone after I left it open, the ability for Scooter Man to show up on my computer at any point in time, will be missed very much. But one thing I can say is Madison has probably grown as much in the last 2 years as any individual we have. Prior to doing a record book and doing an interview, I'm not sure she would have talked to anybody other than people that she absolutely knew. And now she talks to everybody and has conversations, and I think is really grown as an individual. Thank you, Madison. Senior spotlight for the night. And I will promise you that regardless of what I say, she will say that we saved best for last. Ryan Zimmerman is the daughter of Matt and Michael Zimmerman. Her hometown is Tennessee. She's been an FFA member for 5 years. Her CDEs are public speaking, proficiency interviews, job interview, dairy foods, and the list can probably go on to include just about all of them. Her favorite activity was leadership camp. Her favorite memories include hotel shenanigans, conferences, conventions, basically anything where Bryn was involved. Plans after high school: she's going to attend WIU to major in ag business economics, to later start her career in land appraisal. FFA in 3 words or less: rock and roll. I was distant from Ryan when she first started. Mainly because her grandmother scared the bejesus out of me when I was in junior high. I mean, just scared me to death as a teacher, just scared me from one end of this hallway to the other. So once I got over that fear, Ryan and I got along very, very well. Ryan has become my sounding board for a lot of things. Every year it's somebody that I can go that I can vent to that is a student, and it stays there. There's another one sitting up here in the stands tonight that knows what we're talking about. That when I have, Mr. DeCounter is built to vent, and Ryan has been that vent for the last 2 years. This girl is going to go places, in my opinion. She's had some rough ups and downs in terms of her FFA career, but she is destined to be a strong member of any community that she is going to be involved with. For her retiring address, Ms. Ryan Zimmerman.
Before I get started, I want to give everyone in this room, everyone watching, and those who cannot be here that continue to help us a huge thank you. It is the combined efforts of our officer team, the members, the advisors, and our supporters that we are able to succeed within this chapter. I have many people that I want to thank specifically, but everyone that has offered a helping hand to our chapter deserves so much recognition and gratitude. If we watch back a few years to 2017, when I was attending my first chapter banquet, I can recall a few things that went through my mind. First off, dang, those retiring officers are old. Second, I wish I could be up on that stage sooner. And now, as I am 2 weeks from graduating high school and preparing to hang up my FFA jacket for the final time, I wish time would have slowed down before I was one of the old folks giving my retiring address as chapter president during my senior banquet. For the members that are here and listening, one piece of advice that I could give you is to take every given opportunity to try something new, make a new friend, make an exciting memory, or even make a mistake. Instead of wishing for the days to speed up, wake up every day ready for the new chances that the next 24 hours might throw your way. Try a new competition. Sign up for leadership camp. Give public speaking a chance or two. Say hello to new people at conventions without worry of judgment. Those people might become your new best friends that you would have never met if you lived life without courage. Even as a high schooler, asking for rides everywhere and mooching off our parents' wallets, life is too dang short to live in fear. As I retired from a section office this past Thursday, one of the new officers asked me how I was so comfortable talking to new people and warming up to new friends. I wasn't sure if this was the greatest advice, but I told her I simply don't think about it. I don't assume that people would think I'm too eager, too outgoing, too outspoken. That's just who I am. It has taken me until my senior year to have this outlook on life, but it is something that I hope every person in this room takes away. As my mother's always told me, it's never a bad thing to be a little bit assertive. I haven't won every competition I've tried at. I haven't been friends with every person that I introduced myself at FFA events. But I will never be able to look back and say that I didn't try or I wasn't confident in the decisions that I made. In the wise words of Mr. Sam DeCounter, the sun will rise the day after you fail, just like it would have if you had won. It is with his constant support, as well as so many other people in this chapter and organization, that makes it such a hard family to graduate from. Ms. Biswall, thank you for seeing the potential in me before I was even enrolled in ag classes. Your faith in me sparked my passion for FFA, and I have that to thank for being where I am today. Mr. DeCounter, thank you for being an incredible teacher, advisor, supporter, and friend for the last 3 years. Your hugs might be few and far between, but your words of encouragement and wisdom have helped me push through the times of struggle more than I've ever admitted to you. Thank you to the ladies standing behind me that have been on this roller coaster of an officer team with me for the past 2 years. From officer retreats, taco nights, and group chat rants, FFA has brought the four of us closer together, and I am so thankful for the friendship that has been formed. Thank you to the junior officers for proving yourselves as strong leaders, blessing us with your creative ideas, and being mature enough to babysit the four seniors when we needed it. A special thank you to Corey Torrance, who saw the leadership potential in me during freshman year and pushed me to success with your advice for the last 4 years. You calmed my nerves and went through countless practice interviews to make sure that I was entirely prepared for the competitions I wanted to win. Even though I decided to pick and choose what advice I actually listened to, I owe a large part of my success in this organization to you. And finally, thank you endlessly to my incredible family. From the moment I told my mom and dad I wanted to be an FFA, they were both so supportive and excited, even though my mom had barely any idea what that meant. Between pep talks, offering a shoulder to cry on, money for meals after events, getting all my official dress ready at 4 a.m. before a trip to Champaign, and celebrating every win like it was their own, I would not be half the person I am today if it was not for their constant love, support, and dedication. Every family here is greatly appreciated, but I think I have the best supporters here. Thank you to my family, community, my fellow officers, all FFA members, and the West Prairie FFA chapter as a whole. It was an honor serving as your president. Thank you.
Grayson Welsh, Maddie Hood, and Malia Houston will now recognize our Proficiency Award winners.
Proficiency awards are given to FFA members who have excelled at keeping records of their supervised agricultural experience programs. They have completed through thorough open review of their record books and interviews at the chapter and section levels. Chapter winners, when I call your name, please come forward to receive your pin. Ryan Zimmerman for Ag Communications. Dylan Bartlett, Ag Mechanics Design and Fabrication. Michael Kindhart, Ag Mechanics Repair and Maintenance Entrepreneur. Cutler Kitch, Ag Mechanics Repair and Maintenance Placement. Madison Calvert, Ag Sales Entrepreneur. Briar Friday, Ag Sales Placement. Allison Wetzel, Ag Services. Brooklyn Welsh, Beef Production Entrepreneur. Andy Nelson, Diversified Ag Production, Diversified Crop Production Entrepreneur, Grain Production. Ashton Barkley, Diversified Crop Production Placement. Braden DeCounter, Diversified Livestock Production, Small Animal Production and Care. Ava Kilburn, Equine Science Entrepreneur. Brent Chambers, Fiber Oil Crop Production. Gwen Kauke, Food Service. Kyle Rhodes, Forage Production, Turf Grass Management. Brett Havens, Forest Management and Products. Calissa Watkins, Goat Production. Hudson Garbett, Service Lining. Andrew Sullivan, Outdoor Recreation. Owen Torrance, Sheep Production. Alyssa Smith, specialty animal production. McLean Ignell, swine production entrepreneur. Denver Petty, wildlife production and management. This year, we had 4 finalists at the state level for their record book projects: Ryan Zimmerman, Cutler Kitch, McLean Ignell, and Owen Torrance. Please join me in congratulating all of our proficiency winners. Kelsey and Ryan will now recognize the chapter stars.
Chapter stars are chosen from the members that have outstanding SAEs. Every star is also a state degree candidate. The 3 categories are Star Farmer, Star Agribusiness, and Star Placement, and these awards are available at both the Discovery and chapter level. The 2021 West Prairie FFA chapter Star Farmer is McLean Ignell. During her high school career, she has kept accurate records on her swine entrepreneur project, breeding and showing her pigs. In this time, she has worked 1,240 hours raising almost 150 pigs. She has earned more than $25,000 through her project. Congratulations to McLean Ignell, West Prairie FFA Star Farmer. This year, our chapter star ag placement is Allison Wetzel. During her FFA career, Allison has kept 4 different record book projects: working at Farm King, working at Hollister Plumbing, teaching dance lessons, and doing ag ed lessons for younger students. She has spent thousands of hours as an employer and earned $10,000. Please help us in congratulating Allison Wetzel, Westbury Star, in ag placement. The 2021 Westbury FFA chapter star in ag business is Cutler Kitch. Cutler has spent 4 years buying and restoring bulldozers and small tractors. Through this SAE, he has developed detailed mechanic skills, including painting, engineer repair, and wiring. These skills help him through his other SAE. Working for Kitch Trucking through his combined SAEs, Cutler has worked more than 2,000 hours. Congratulations to Cutler Kitch, Westbury FFA star in ag business. The 2021 Westbury FFA Discovery Star Farmer is Coy Vanell. Coy started his SAE raising Cotternicks quail last fall. He bought breeder birds, built rotors, and hatched birds all winter. He sells the mature birds for meat and has more than 150 birds in his care. Coy was selected as the Section XI Discovery Star Farmer as well. Congratulations to Coy Vanell, Westbury FFA Discovery Star Farmer. The 2021 Westbury FFA Discovery Star in Ag Placement is Natalie Moore. Natalie works for Good Hope Gardens in Good Hope. She works in the field planting and picking ripe crops as well as She also works at the local farmers market, selling produce to community members. Natalie was selected as the District 3 Discovery Ag in Placement and was a top 5 finalist in state. Congratulations to Natalie Moore, Westbury FFA Discovery Star in Ag Placement. Please join me in congratulating all of our outstanding chapter stars.
Dylan and Kelsey will now announce the DeKalb Agricultural Accomplishment Award.
The DeKalb Agricultural Accomplishment Award exemplifies commitment and work ethic in a high school senior, sponsored by Bayer, The award recognized one student for outstanding involvement in the agricultural industry. This year's recipient is Andy Nelson. For 4 years, Andy has managed our FFA farm block in Colchester. In addition, he raises his own herd of cattle and produces hay. He has been a leader in our chapter, and his commitment to production agriculture sets a great example for how young people can start in the industry during high school. Congratulations to Andy Nelson, the 2021 DeKalb Agricultural Accomplishment Award winner. Allison will now announce the most active discovery award.
Every year, we highlight 5 members from our chapter as most active in their grade based on their outstanding leadership and participation at the chapter, section, state, and national level. It takes hours of hard work and service to be the best, and the following individuals certainly are on their path to living up to our FFA motto: learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve. We will begin with the Most Active Discovery Award. At West Prairie FFA, we are very lucky to have opportunities for 8th grades enrolled in AG to become involved in our FFA chapter through competitions, volunteering, and service projects. This year's group has explored membership through a wide range of competitions and volunteer activities. 4 members have earned at least 50 FFA points. With the following members, please stand: Coy Bennell, Sam Johnson, Natalie Moore, and Madison Richmond. 3 members stood out at the top, earning at least 160 FFA points, and each have earned a spot to attend FFA National Convention in the fall if we are in person. Please come to the stage as I call your name: Coy Bennell, Sam Johnson, and Natalie Moore. Our most active 8th grader pushed themselves out of their comfort zone on multiple occasions, competed in state contests, and developed an outstanding record book project. Please congratulate our 2020-2021 most active 8th grader, Natalie Moore. McLean and Young will now announce the most active freshman.
Freshman year is the time when students learn what it takes to become an active FFA member, and they experience many of the great opportunities FFA has to offer as a Greenhand member. This year, we had 7 students earn at least 50 FFA points throughout the year. Would the following members please stand: Evan Butler, Jaden Eisenagel, Claire Nelson, Wyatt Parks, Owen Torrance, Kenley Welsh, and Evan Wessel. 4 freshmen stood out at the top, earning at least 100 FFA points. Each and have earned a spot to attend FFA National Convention in the fall, if we're in person. Please come to the stage as I call your name: Wyatt Parks, Owen Torrance, Kenley Welsh, and Evan Wetzel. Our most active freshmen pushed through virtual competitions and conferences to earn 310 points this year. This person rolled with the punches and checked several goals off their FFA to-do list, setting them up for future success. Please congratulate our 2020-2021 most active freshman who is learning to do, Owen Torrance. Gwen Palke will now announce the most active sophomore award.
Sophomore year is the time that young leaders really start to step up and lead in record books, competitions, volunteering, and planning chapter activities. Right now, 6 sophomores have earned at least 50 FFA points through the year. Will the following members please stand: Caitlin Ashbaker, Braden DeCounter, Ava Kilburn, Lauren Powell, Grayson Walsh, and Keaton Whistler. 3 sophomores stood out at the top, earning at least 100 FFA points each, and have earned a spot to attend National FFA Convention in the fall, if in person. Please come to the stage as I call your name. Braden Counter, Ava Kilburn, and Grayson Walsh. Our most active sophomore earned 270 FFA points during the year and has started on the path to future goals and achievements in FFA. Sophomore year has been a growing year, and we know this member is growing to impress us in the future. Please congratulate our 2020-2021 most active sophomore who is doing to learn, Braden Counter. Braden Counter will now announce the most active junior.
Junior year brings lots of responsibilities, with students learning to balance school, jobs, and activities. 4 members have earned at least 50 FFA points, with the following members please stand: Dylan Bartlett, Kelsey Parks, Kyle Rhodes, and Ella Wayne. 3 members have gone above and beyond achievements and achieved at least 70 FFA points and have earned a spot to attend FFA National Convention in the fall. Will the following members please stand: Dylan Bartlett, Kelsey Parks, and Kyle Rhodes. Our most active junior earned 135 FFA points during the year and demonstrated leadership skills as both a chapter junior officer. Please congratulate our 2020-2021 most active junior who is earning to live, Dylan Bartlett. Ava Kilburn will now announce the most active senior.
Seniors are at the end of their FFA path and set the example for younger students to follow. We are lucky to have some very special FFA seniors, with 11 students earning at least 50 FFA points through the year. Definitely our most active class. They are Maddie Calvert, Bryn Chambers, McLean Nell, Gwen Kalke, Cutler Kitch, Andy Nelson, Alyssa Smith, Melissa Watkins, Brooklyn Welsh, Allison Wetzel, and Ryan Zimmerman. Our top 3 seniors each earned at least 120 points, with the following members please come forward: McLean Nell, Brooklyn Welsh, and Ryan Zimmerman. Our most active senior earned 195 FFA points, a huge growth from when she started in 8th grade. This member showed dedication through the year as a senior leader and never let the ups and downs of remote learning and virtual competitions get in the way of her goals. Please congratulate our 2020-2021 most active senior who is living to serve, McLean Nell. Please help me in congratulating all of our most active chapter members. Gwen and Hallie Kalke will now review our 2020-2021 CE results.
We've had a very busy and successful year. We are proud to announce that the West Prairie FFA was selected as the Section 11 winner for our program of activities and is in the running as a gold-ranked finalist for finalist chapter for the National Chapter Award. We elevated our potential and got members energized and excited about competitions and leadership development events. When your name is called, please come forward to be recognized. We will be highlighting our first place CDE teams, and the top 10 individuals of each competition will receive pins. Horse judging. Chapter Reasons State Horse Judging Team, 7th place overall. Calissa Watkins, Braden Counter, Ava Kilburn, Grayson Walsh. Chapter Non-Reasons State Horse Judging Team, 7th place overall. Claire Nelson, Henley Welsh, Evan Wetzel, Owen Torrance. Discovery State Horse Judging Team, 1st place overall. Sam Johnson, 3rd place. Natalie Moore, 4th. Madison Richmond, 5th. and Paige Kitch, 11th. Forestry, Discovery, 4th place team. Sam Johnson, 6th, Tristan Canterbury, and Coy Bennell. Greenhand, 5th place team. Jaden Eismogel, 7th, Evan Butler, Wyatt Parks, and Andrew Cameron. Chapter 5th place team, Dylan Bartlett, 7th, Braden DeCounter, Andy Nelson, and Cutler Kitch. Discovery State Forestry Team, 3rd place overall. Sam Johnson, 5th, Coy Bennell, 9th, and Madison Richmond, 11th. Chapter State Forestry Team, 13th place overall. Evan Butler, Jaden Eisnagel, Brady Counter, Wyatt Parks, and Adam Bale. Trap Shoot, Chapter 6th place team, Drew Powell, Dylan Bartlett, Cutler Kitch, Cole Jackson, and Andy Nelson. Meets, Greenhand, 2nd place team, Gunner Steele, 7th, Cole Jackson, Wyatt Parks, and Andrew Cameron. Chapter 4th place team, Brooklyn Welsh, McLean Ignell, Cutler Kitch, and Dylan Bartlett. Agronomy, Greenhand team was 3rd place, Owen Torrance, 2nd, Mason Moore, Janie Phelps, Kenley Welsh, and Evan Wetzel. Chapter 10th place, Brady Counter. And the state agronomy team was 42nd overall, with Claire Nelson, Evan Butler, Owen Torrance, and Kenley Walsh. Vet Science, Discovery, 1st place team, Aiden Horn, 4th, Lindsey Dunn, 5th, Natalie Moore, 6th, and Sam Johnson, 7th. Greenhand, 5th place team, Owen Torrance, Jaden Eisnagel, Evan Wetzel, and Wyatt Parks. Chapter 5th place team, Ava Kilburn, Dylan Bartlett, Jessica Fackrell, and Brady Counter. State Vet Science team, 8th place overall, Kelsey Parks, Maddie Hood, Ava Kilburn, and Brady Counter. State Vet Science alternate team, 1st place overall, Dylan Bartlett, 6th, Ella Wayne, Grace Venonic, and Lauren Powell. Public speaking, Creed, Owen Torrance, first at section and district, and competed at state. Extemporaneous, Brian Zimmerman, third. Livestock judging, state first place team, alternate division, McLean Ignell, second, Grayson Welsh, fourth, Brooklyn Welsh, eighth, Brady Counter, Grant Roush, and Owen Torrance. Poultry judging, chapter third place team, Brian Zimmerman, 8th, Gwen Cowkey, 9th, Kelsey Parks, 10th, Alyssa Smith, 11th. State Poultry, second place team, alternate division, Gwen Cowkey, 2nd, Kelsey Parks, 4th, Brian Zimmerman, 8th, Bryn Chambers, and Alyssa Smith. Ag Business, chapter third place team, John Burton, 9th, Brian Zimmerman, 10th, Gwen Cowkey, Maddie Calvert, Allison Wetzel, Brooklyn Welsh, Denver Petty, Claire Nelson, and Owen Torrance. Horticulture, Greenhand, Wyatt Parks, 10th, and Hudson Garvette. Chapter, Kelsey Parks, Ella Lane, Kyle Rhodes, and Hannah Starbuck. State Horticulture, fourth place, alternate division, Alyssa Smith, 9th, Dylan Bartlett, Hannah Starbuck, Kyle Rhodes, Yasmin Rusher, Jade Miller, Wyatt Parks, and Owen Torrance. Please join me in congratulating all of our CDE participants. McLean and Allison will now give the leadership awards.
This year, we were lucky enough to gain 4 junior officers. The idea of a junior officer is to give them leadership experience for future years, but not have full responsibility for the chapter. This year's junior officer team showed great leadership towards our chapter and have made large strides towards future success in an officer position. These junior officers include Dylan Bartlett, Kelsey Parks, Ava Kilburn, and Brady Cameron. Thank you to our 4 junior officers for your contribution to our team, and we wish you great success in your future as FFA members. John Burton will now share about the cooperative that is being run in the ag business.
I just wanted to start this by saying I'm not very good at writing nor giving speeches like this, so luckily I paid someone to do it for me. So before I get started, I want to give a big shout out to my mother. I tried offering $20 to come up here and give it for me, but I guess she thinks the time is worth more than that. Jokes aside, let's get into this. My name is John Burden, and I was voted as the president of this year's West Prairie FFA Agribusiness Co-op. By definition, a co-op is a business in which members use the services provided. This year, with the COVID-19 pandemic, our FFA Ag Co-op has had many obstacles that have come our way. This pandemic completely flipped our year around, and we had to entirely change how we operated. In the years past, the past co-ops have made a majority of their money from the co-op food sales in the school. Obviously, we were not able to do that this year, so it was up to my fellow members, Ms. Biswell and I, to come up with a way we could continue the co-op. So after a couple of days of debating, we decided to look into the years past and see what those co-ops did before the food sales. Looking back on these years, we saw the potential to bring back the grain drive, as it proved very profitable for those classes. We went outside, snapped a couple of pictures, wrote up a letter, and mailed every local farmer we could think of to see if they would like to donate. I think we were all pretty shocked with the actual amount of donations we received. It was so nice seeing these kind-hearted people donate to us even through a pandemic. We then got in contact, and I was told this is how I pronounce her last name, so if it's wrong, please don't blame me. Eric Withridge of Farmers Grain Company for a place to store the grain we received. And it was through Eric we learned how to play the grain market and learned when the best time to sell our grain would be. After a couple of weeks, our co-op voted and decided it was time to sell off our grain. We then held two different Think a Farmer meal events, one at the Farmers Grain Company location in Scioto and in Roseville, where we were able to provide free pork chop lunches to anyone who wanted them. With the money we got from selling this grain and numerous money donations we received, we had the money to invest into other ventures. It was at this point when our co-op secretary and treasurer, Madison Copper, who had done plant sales of her own in the past years, suggested the idea that our co-op should try a plant sale. And try a plant sale we did. We got in contact with a local greenhouse and ordered our first truckload of mums. Once again, we were surprised. It was amazing how quickly we sold through all the mums we ordered. It went so well, we ordered a second shipment and sold through that load even quicker than the first. But just as things were looking up, and we were well on pace to hit and exceed our goal by an exponential amount, COVID hit and we were forced to go to online school for a few months. While we tried to stay as active as we could during this time, not being able to be at school every day really killed our momentum. Once we were able to go back to school, we were completely lost, just trying to figure out any way we could make up for the lost time. It was then that our co-op was approached by Dwayne Hewlett of the Tri-State Sports Report to help sell ads to be played and shown for all West Prairie sporting events. We contacted numerous businesses in our local area and even made a trip to Macomb to connect with these people in person. However, that trip probably cost Maddie more than was worth between us getting rear-ended in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru and the paint chips from the guy who thought it was a good idea to throw a rock at our truck. All in all, it was a memory made and one that will last a lifetime. We started this year with the goal to earn $650 per person as part of the co-op, which would be more than any class had in the previous years of operation. And while we weren't able to hit this goal, a popular quote I like to apply to all sorts of different situations is shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you will land among the stars. So although we fell a bit short of our monetary goals, I don't think anyone who took part in the co-op can say that coming up short in the amount of money we made wasn't made up in the memories and the time we got to spend together in our final year of high school. As of right now, our co-op sits at around $6,500, but we still have money coming in and going out, so that number is subject to change. However, that number couldn't have been reached without the people who have helped us along the way. So if you guys don't mind, I would like to run through the list of people who have supported us. And I'll just start by saying thank you to anyone who feels like they have supported us but are not directly named. I promise I tried to get everyone. So I'll start with the local farmers who donated grain to us at the beginning of the year so we could learn how to play the grain market and get our future business ideas started. Eric Withridge for helping us market and sell the grain we acquired and taking the time to teach us how to manage the grain market. Anyone who purchased Mom's, West Prairie FFA apparel, and anyone who made generous donations to our co-op. All the local businesses that purchased ad packages through Tri-State Sports Report to make sure that our school sporting events could be broadcasted for those not in attendance. Dwayne Hewlett for recording and streaming this very banquet, along with all of our sporting events and other activities our school puts on to entertain those who can't be there. I also want to thank Dwayne for letting us sell advertisements on his behalf to support the co-op. Rhonda Calvert for being a helping hand at our 2 Thank a Farmer meals. Ms. Hobby, the school secretary, for keeping our finances in order throughout the years. And last but not least, the two most important teachers and supporters of our co-op, Ms. Biswell and Mr. DeCounter. Mr. DeCounter, thank you for constantly helping us no matter how annoying we are. Ms. Biswell, thank you for not only being a great teacher, but being someone that a student can count on. This past year has been especially hard, but people like you two make it bearable. There are times you and Mr. DeCounter have gone an extra mile for us, and I assure you those times will not go unnoticed. We are forever grateful for the faith you've had in each and every one of us that gave us the drive and motivation to be successful. Now that it is time for us to move on, we start the next chapter of our lives with grateful hearts. We wouldn't be here without you, and we will never forget the impact both you've had on our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay. Ryan Zimmerman will now give results of our chapter's team challenge. This past year, the officer team worked together to develop membership teams that each officer coordinated. Each team consisted of 20 FFA members ranging from 8th graders to seniors, led by a chapter officer. The purpose of the membership teams was to increase participation and encourage members to try new CDEs. There's been team challenges to see how many points can be accumulated by attending different activities. Their competitive nature has been showing as members work to win a pizza lunch for the most active team. The activity has positively impacted the chapter as a whole. This year, our winning team was Team Ryan. Please stand when your name is called. Maddie Calvert, Dalton Graham, AJ Kerfoot, Hannah Starbuck, Calissa Watkins, Kyle Rhodes, Ella Wayne, Peyton Connor, Brayden DeCounter, Maddie Hood, Lauren Powell, Jarrett Schmidt, Jersey Brown, Caleb Carson, Jeremy James, Taylor Richardson, Maddie Richpark, Owen Torrance, Evan Wetzel, and Lindsay Dunn. Paige Kitch, Belle Petty, and Callie Wright. Congratulations to all. Now Dylan Bartlett and Kelsey Parks will give chapter officer recognition.
As you can see, it's been a very successful year for the West Prairie FFA. However, a chapter is only as good as its officers, and we have had an excellent officer team this past year. We would like to recognize and thank our officers for their hard work. They leave large shoes to fill for the 2021-2022 officer team to fill.
Please help me in recognizing our retiring 2020-2021 officers. President Ryan Zimmerman. Vice President Brandon Hill. Secretary Allison Wetzel. And Treasurer Gwen Coffey.
Let's give them a big round of applause for their leadership.
As we prepare to hang up our FFA jackets for the final time, we are excited to recognize and congratulate the newly elected officers that will now lead the West Prairie FFA chapter. Each candidate completed an application and participated in an interview with our 4 retiring senior officers, a member of our alumni, and our school guidance counselor, Mrs. Minter. Will the newly elected chapter officers please stand as I call your name? Maddie Hood, chapter historian. Grayson Welsh, chapter sentinel. Braden Encounter, chapter treasurer. Ava Kilburn, chapter secretary. Owen Torrance, chapter reporter. Dylan Bartlett, chapter vice president. And Kelsey Parks, chapter president. You may now be seated. We give our biggest congratulations to you and wish you the best of luck as you lead the FFA chapter for the next year. Please join me in giving these members one more round of applause. As we begin to wrap up our chapter banquet this evening, there is one more individual that we owe some well-deserved recognition. His time that he dedicated to make sure this banquet came together was just one example of the work he puts in to ensure our chapter's success. Mr. DeCounter is not only an outstanding ag teacher and FFA advisor, but a helpful friend and supporter to all students and staff at West Prairie High School. He works tirelessly to help us all succeed and asks for no recognition from going above and beyond. The West Prairie FFA would not be the same without your jokes, sarcasm, and open personality. Through preparing students for CDEs, giving hands-on experience in his classes, and giving knowledgeable advice from his years as an advisor, he is truly an incredible asset to our chapter. Our members are lucky to have such a wonderful leader in so many ways. Mr. DeCounter, thank you for helping all of us succeed in ways we never knew possible. Please come up to accept a small token of our gratitude for all the things you've done for our chapter. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted? I have 3 things, Madam President. First of all, to our advisors, we couldn't thank you for all of the hard work and dedication that you have put into our chapter. Our chapter would not thrive if it wasn't for you. We definitely have the 2 best advisors around. Please help me in thanking our advisors for everything that they do for all of the FFA members. Second, we would like to recognize all of the friends and family members that have come out to this evening to support our FFA members. We know it is hard work being part of the FFA family, but you all stay by our sides and help lead us to success. Thank you to each and every one of you. Finally, would all FFA members place their folding chairs on the stage, and would family members please exit directly to the parking lot after the final gavel tap. The horticulture classes worked hard to make a nice picture area in front of our school, which would make a great backdrop for all of your award photos. Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this meeting of the West Prairie FFA Chapter Banquet. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this meeting adjourned.